So Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix live-action series is right around the corner, and one of the things that is very heavy on my mind is the amount of emotion that exists whenever something that is animated or in novel form or in comic book form, basically anything that's not live action, becomes live action. There are, let's just say, strong emotions. And it makes sense, right? Like if you think about it, something doesn't move from one format to another, especially something like going from a book to a movie. That's not something that's just going to happen without a whole lot of like resources and money and support behind it, which would only really happen if there was a significant fan base ready to support it, theoretically. And so there exists this weird tension where the studio that is making the thing is relying on the fan support, but at the same time, the fans are very nervous about what they love being done dirty. So it got my wheels turning and wondering, why is this? Why do we care so much? Well, I think one of the main reasons is because when something goes into live action, when something becomes a movie or a series, like there's a certain level of legitimacy that's bestowed upon it. At least in an American context. There's about to be a massive marketing campaign. People are going to be talking about this. Suddenly, your little favorite character is about to be like a household name. And because of this, any changes, the slightest little changes to the major changes that they do with characters is going to impact the way in which the franchise or the story is seen moving forward. Case in point. Rocket Raccoon from the comics, very different from Rocket Raccoon on the screen. In fact, Guardians of the Galaxy as a whole, completely different, for the most part, on screen from what you get in the comics. But what you get on screen has been so popular and so very well done, I might add, that you see the comics making changes and tweaks and whatnot to try to be more like the films. Any new tie-in material, video games or otherwise, are going to be very much inspired more by the films than by the comics, at least in the way that the characters show up, appear, and act. And so it's a catch-22. If your favorite whatever, let's just say Avatar, is turned into a live-action, let's just say series, and it's absolutely terrible, people are going to assume that that thing that you like and care about so much is also terrible, and they're not going to want to see it. I'm sure Avatar fans have no reason to believe this could happen. Or the flip side, it could be fantastic, and everybody loves it, but because of the changes that are made, it's not really what you fell in love with in the first place. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't also like it, but it also means that what has been created will take the place in kind of broader media of what you've come to love so much. Now, there is middle ground out there, and I think that middle ground is it's done so well that it encourages people to actually go and check out the source material, who can truly enjoy both. There might be tweaks here and there, and that's fine, and you can kind of compare and contrast, but they can coexist in like this beautiful multiverse of shared collective imagination. And that's the hope. That's what we want from Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. And in just a few weeks, we'll find out whether or not they did it or not. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking about it. Let me know what your thoughts are, though. What are your most charitable concerns as it relates to this upcoming new Avatar series? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it.